Japanese kanji or like Korean Hangul, I guess, it kind of still messes it up, all right? So you kind of need to double check that the text it's generating is correct, because I can tell you some of these the strokes are super wrong, all right? Just to show you a little bit more on, you know, yeah, I tried to search up my own name up on the internet. I thought it was gonna like dig up my social media or whatever. It doesn't really work, right? And if you're using it to using your own pictures, let's say I'm just doing something basic here, create a Chinese New Year greeting using this likeness, right? So I uploaded multiple pictures for it to, for to learn off of these images, creating it much more realistically, right? Though I didn't like specifically put it realistic, so it's got a bit of a wax filter here if you see it in the picture. Uh, yeah, so I think it blended a little bit of the face on the middle one, the hairstyle. It's a mix of the first two. The pose is I think a bit on the third, right? So it kind of mixes it up together, and of course you can change it very minutely in Gemini. I find compared to Copilot, I think maybe you can do a demo on it a little bit if you are changing just something a little bit, a little minor detail, for example. So for example, here I'm just changing the hair to an afro. It's just gonna change the hair, right? So for example, at Copilot, I think last time when I did this, it's like if I tell him to just change a very minute detail, it's gonna change the entire picture. I don't know why it does that, right? Even if you specify that, oh, don't change anything else, it's still gonna do that. So let me see if Copilot in this day and age is still doing that, right? So maybe change the clothes I'm wearing to yellow, for example, right? Let's see if it's gonna, change the entire picture or just change the clothes. Because I find that historically, for the past few months, what it's been doing is that it's just changing the entire picture, even though I just wanted to, work on something minute. Yeah, yeah. So you can take a look here. It changed the entire picture, right? The whole Hari Raya font is different. The background is a little bit. Well, it's not just a little bit, it's totally different. The clothes are yellow, at least there's that. For some reason, it based it off of the original picture. You see that this is kind of my pose in the previous one, right? Compared to this one. So it just made it from scratch pretty much, right? So I think that is one of the flaws, I think, when you're using Copilot, or I think ChatGPT also has this issue, is that if you're gonna do minor changes, it's going to change the whole picture, right? Compared to when you're doing it here in Gemini, you're able to do it like step by step, detail by detail, right? So let me just show a little bit more of some of the things we've been doing. This is when we are using the thinking model. Earlier we were talking about the thinking model being that the AI uses more time, uses more resources to process your request, right? So even here in Gemini, they call it a fast. The thinking model is a pro model, right? So over here that you can see it's much more photorealistic compared to this one. This one I was using the fast model because you see it doesn't have the thinking. When you're using the thinking model, there's like this bubble that shows you, their train of thought, right? So this is kind of still like waxy. I don't know if you guys been to like Madame Tussauds. It's kind of like a wax figure, right? So over here, it's much more realistic. You can see that if you're using the thinking model, it shows you the train of thought, which I find it's very useful sometimes when you wanna, try to come up with a prompt, but you're not too sure what sort of details you should be looking out for. So when you're, coming up with your first run, you're able to see what is the AI looking at? Is it looking at, some of the expressions? Is it looking at, some of the font, for example? So that is some of the things that you can focus on your subsequent prompting. And of course, one of the main differences, I didn't tell it to be photorealistic, but it is much more photorealistic. It's able to, it still blends some of the my different hairstyles, the different poses, the different expressions into this picture, right? Let's see if I can show just a little bit more. Yeah, this is also using the fast model. It's a little bit more waxy earlier, I say. The Chinese, I think this first character is a bit off, so do take a little bit of precaution if you're using it for Chinese characters, right? And yeah, something like that, right? So I think that's a little bit more on the basic side. I'm gonna jump right into something much more, I guess, much more interesting. Last time we were talking about on deepfakes, right? And how deepfakes are using it for people are using it for scams, people are using it for like unethical things like pornography, for example, right? A lot of there's a million things you can do with deepfake, and like I think 99% of it is like not good. But on the there's a silver lining to that, right? So one of the things I wanted to show was it that's not the right one. I think it's this one, all right? I was showing it how people do deepfakes in movies. So I'm just gonna show a little bit of a clip. I'm gonna share the audio on. I don't know if you guys ever watched this. This is actually back in 2016, right? So AI is not prevalent back then yet. They're still having to, do deepfakes very manually using VFX artists, all that sort of stuff. But just to show you a little bit. This is from one of the Star Wars movies, Rogue One, right?
Make sure you secure the airlock and prepare the escape pods. Your Highness, the transmission we received. What is it they've sent us?
Hope.
Okay, so just from the little snippet, back in 2016, I think Carrie Fisher, the person who played Princess Leia, I don't know if any of you are into Star Wars. I was a big Star Wars fanboy back in the day. So Carrie Fisher actually, yeah, let me switch it up. Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher is like super old by the time this movie came out, right? She, of course, couldn't reprise her role as young Princess Leia, so they had to have another video showing how that's done. So they had to do some sort of deep faking technology in order to, superimpose this face onto a different actor that has a similar build, similar voice, that sort of thing, right? And of course, they're trying to, use Carrie Fisher's younger appearance in the deep fake to make it more realistic that, oh yeah, this Carrie Fisher acting, even though, she's old, she couldn't be, reprising her role in the same, in the same role, right? So just to show you another video of how this is done. But of course, this is much more manual, right? This is before AI was big. So just
To
to show a little
do
bit.
human where absolutely no one would ever guess that it wasn't fully like CG, it's a really difficult task.
It takes a lot of preparation to get into this character because everyone remembers Leia very well, so it needs to look exactly right. So they spent a lot of time on my hair, obviously. They dyed it twice, and then they added some more extra hair here in the front because her hairline is a bit lower than mine, and also a big chunk of hair to make the buns. And then all these dots was put on right before we started shooting so that they could put Carrie Fisher's face on top of mine and transform me into her, which is a great honor.
We had so many takes where we were like, no. And the smile, she does a kind of this hope, there's this hopeful smile at the end. And getting that right was just, it was such a journey.
What is it they've sent us?
Hope.
Yeah, so you see that how they're using actually a very physical like actress, right? So this is not like a computer animation or anything like that. So there is somebody like physical behind, the deep faked Princess Leia over here, and they use all these tracking dots to make sure that the deep fake technology is able to follow these different points on her face, the different elements, the eyes, the mouth, that sort of stuff, right? Uh, just uh, just to check, any questions or any requests, any sort of comments? Have you inserted three pictures to it to achieve closer look to my face? Yes, because I think I'm actually learning this most based on how people do deepfakes. So how you actually do deepfakes nowadays is that there's actually a lot of like apps for it, though most of it actually relies on you, downloading a, a whole like training model into your laptop or your PC, right? And what you're gonna do with that is that you're going to upload it like a lot of images, a lot of videos, so that it's able to understand what your face looks like from all these different angles, all these different expressions, all these different, you doing different things, right? I don't know if I'm gonna find a video on it very soon. Maybe one of our next sessions I'll show you. So by training it more, by giving the AI more data to train on, I think it's going to give it just much more accurate look. Especially if you're not tell the AI to, can you make my face to be frowning, right? But if your face is not like frowning from the get-go, so maybe I can do just a little bit of demo. So yeah, I think that's it for me from deepfakes. I want to show you a little bit more, but maybe I can share that next time. Just to show you what I meant with using the AI to create an image, but your emotions are not the same as the pictures you show. So for example, right, I'm gonna use some of these different portraits of myself and over there, right? So I'm gonna give it 4 pictures of me. So create how do I put this? It's like make this person frown for and then I think you have to specify that it's an image. So yeah, in Gemini actually you can specify it, what sort of formatting you're going to cover. It gives you a bit of a preview, which also something I like. But and I'm gonna make it like photorealistic. I'm not even trying at my prompting, right? I'm just trying to do it very quickly using the thinking model, right? So usually when you're telling the AI to do like something that is not part of the materials that you provided. So you can see none of these pictures I'm actually frowning. Maybe this one I have like a resting face, but usually if it doesn't have a source like a point of reference of what a person is frowning, it's gonna like interpolate from that, trying to imagine how a person is frowning based on all this training data from, I think, the millions of pictures that it's been training on of people frowning. But sometimes you might realize that it doesn't really come out the way you want it to. So let me process that a little bit while this is coming out. Yeah. Firefly, yeah. Can you use AI to record each session? Yeah, if you want a little recap at the end of the session, you can try out firefly.ai, yeah, which Hao has linked in here, yeah, and it will give you, a little bit of a personal assistant when it comes to this. This is gonna take a little bit of because the thinking model is actually using much more advanced version of Nano Banana, which is the engine that runs the image creation for Gemini, right? And of course, there's the the thinking bubble right here that shows you what is the AI looking at when creating something based off this prompt, right? So okay. So I don't know if my frown looks like that particularly in real life, but it's just to show that it might not be what you expect, right? It does show for you frowning. I think it just based off of this first picture instead of any of these other pictures. But if you're somebody who's like very familiar with what you look like, you're gonna notice, wait, this is not how I frown in real life, right? So the AI is just going to it only has like all these 4 pictures to rely on. Let's say if I have another 5th picture that actually shows me like a bit more sadder, frowning a little bit more, it's gonna be doing it much more realistically even, right? So I think being able to upload much more data into your prompt, especially when you're making images, is just going to make the result much more accurate, right? So do try that out if you're using it to create images, especially when you're using faces, right? Yeah, thanks, Zoe. So I think it's 12:26. I'm gonna pass it off to Hao, which she's going to touch on a little bit more, I think. How are you around?
Yes.
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna pass it to you, all right?
Yeah, can you hear my voice properly, right?
Yes, yes. Perfect.
Okay, let me. Okay, hi everyone. How is here? And today I'll just be covering on since we are currently doing and moving more towards deepfake and all the stuff. We'll be learning so-called how to do deepfake in, of course, using Notebook LM. So we'll be searching for resources from YouTube or from any website that can help us to learn how to do deepfake. Yeah, so let me just share my screen. Okay. Here we go. Yeah,
Looks good.
so this is my notebook LM right now. Yeah. Oh. Okay, this is just okay. The first step that you can do in using notebook LM is, of course, you need to firstly find your resource, like which one would you like to summarize and all those things. Okay, how to do deepfake. Okay, let's see. Okay, this YouTube video looks interesting enough. So what you can do is you can just okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, so you can just copy the link, and if you can see, I have multiple notebooks open as well. So in order to create new notebook, you can just press over here, create new notebook, and
So these different
yeah,
notebooks is like separating your projects, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So here is where you can upload your resource. So the type of resources allowed here, or the supported files, is you can drop in PDF, maybe on what you would like to study right now, or make an analysis of the document, company document, or something like that. If it is, of course, too long to read. Images, documents, audio, and many other more. So what we have just now is YouTube link. So you can press over here, websites. So here there are 4 things that we can currently upload. Here you can just upload files, meaning, so okay, from your files you can upload any of these. Yeah. And here website, just now we copy the link, right? Just paste it in, and yeah. Okay, you just paste it in, and if you want to add more sources, then you can have you can add as much as many source as you can, because I think last time I try over like 50 sources, and yeah, it does, yeah, it accepts over 50 sources. Yeah, so here you would see 3 sections over here for the sources. So this is in this you'll be able to yeah, you'll be able to see what kind of sources you uploaded. Is it PDF file? Do you take it from a website or something like that? And here is the chat. So this is the so-called the chatbot version of the Notebook LM. So this is where you can interact with it and then ask questions regarding the source that you just uploaded. Yes. So any clarification needed, you can just type here and then ask about it, like, okay, what is deepfake, like that. So the thing about Notebook LM, of course, is that the answer that it gives you will only be from the scope of the source that you upload. Yeah. So as you can see, yeah, the provided sources do not contain any information explaining what a deepfake is. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
so did you
So
upload the source already? Not yet, right?
yeah,
Oh, the source is
it's
just
here.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the studio. So this is where so from this source that you upload over here, can be website or anything, or any interesting news or document that you want AI to analyze for you. From here, you can turn this source into an if you are much of a auditory person, you learn most, or it is better for you, more convenient for you if you just listen to the audio and then analyze it. Yeah, then audio overview would be nice for you. So maybe just for a simple demo. Okay, so in the audio overview, there's 4 formats. So it can be deep dive, meaning that they focus specifically on the concept that is discussed in the source. So the audio overview can be quite long. This one can be brief, maybe just 5 minutes, just overview of it. And here's critique as well, and there's debate style as well. So what I've explored so far is that when you do the audio overview, there'll be so-called two-person talking to each other, as in like the podcast style. In podcast, there'll be like one person, they will interview, and then there'll be the interviewee as well. So you can interrupt the person talking as well. So you can ask question in the middle of the audio overview, like, can you explain more about deepfake and all these things? So let
Oh,
me
wow.
yeah.
There's a question from Rose,
Okay.
is that can you actually do all of this without actually attaching a source? Like if you just tell it, oh, I want to learn more about, for example, her example here, you want to study the book of Revelation, right? Are you able to just type that in as a prompt without adding any sources?
From my experience, no, but maybe we can try. Maybe we can try start typing.
Yeah, maybe a good starting point from that is that if you don't have any sources, you go to like base Gemini or base Copilot or something like that, right? The basic one. And you just say, can you give me like top 10 sources for me to learn about, for example, the book of Revelation, right? And then you copy all those 10 sources, and I suppose you can go paste it in Notebook LM.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay. So the thing about AI and so-called the Bible and everything, I personally I don't really recommend it or something like that because of because AI can hallucinate and all those stuff, and it'll be inaccurate for you to learn the Bible and all those things. So yeah, it's just my personal take. I'm not sure about others, but
Do you find
yeah,
that there's
just
more
speaking.
hallucinations when you're talking about, let's say, like something like the Bible in like AI?
Yeah, because the Bible is so-called somehow for me it's very mysterious and then quite hard to understand. Like it symbolizes a lot of other things, which sometimes even the internet get it. I mean, most of the time the internet get it wrong. The the theology and everything is messed up. So like quite
Oh
scary
yeah,
to
because
use
it's
AI for
yeah.
Bible.
Yeah, because I guess there's like
Yeah,
a million interpretations out there, and like the AI is going
indeed.
to pull out of one of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the Bible background, then you'll be led astray for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so
similar to earlier when I was talking about, using the AI to make images of Chinese characters, right?
yeah.
If you don't have the knowledge of Chinese characters and it looks off, you're not gonna know about it.
Yeah. Resources. Study the book of Revelation. Okay, maybe get 10 resources to study the book of Revelation. Yeah. Yeah, so it gives the resources over here online. Maybe we can just search it on internet
Oh, I
and
noticed
all
a
the
lot of these
stuff.
are like books, huh?
Yeah, books. Resources, maybe the way how I maybe it's my prompt.
Oh yeah,
Should have
because
said
I see
like
it's not it's
websites.
using academic commentary, so maybe it's using like research papers
Yeah,
for some reason.
yeah, yeah. So to answer Rose's question, um, yeah. So since we do not provide any um resources, I mean sources for the AI to work on, and then just ask question like that, you might not get the desired response that you would like. Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah,
notebook LM is yeah,
because I'm noticing the second paragraph there says that Notebook LM is at its best if you work directly with specific text,
yes,
like uploading a translation or a commentary or something, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I guess if you're starting from zero, you don't have any sources yet, you should, pull some out, I guess, from just the basic Gemini
yeah,
or the basic Copilot. Yeah.
yeah. hmm. Okay, so going back to our deepfake, let me see what. Wait, okay, this is not the one. Sorry. Okay. So audio overview, video overview, and all those things take quite a long process actually. Yeah, but for things like mind map, right, it doesn't require much of a credit or even the AI power to do so. So see, you can just get the mind map in like a few seconds.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
deepfake creation. Maybe I should search for another more. Yeah, okay, let me see how to make.
But
Okay.
it's giving you I noticed earlier it's like giving you keywords if you wanna do further research on like much the specific like topics in deepfake, right? I think.
Yeah, maybe the source is not that powerful enough. Okay.
Uh,
It's from Bing. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's not discussed. Okay. Maybe we can type in what? Okay. Oh, wait, sorry. How to use the fake. Okay.
Might be difficult because deepfake might be considered a sensitive topic by Gemini. Because I notice if you're talking about sensitive topics, they do have like guardrails to, make sure you don't search up some weird ass stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So how to create a deepfake step by step? Wow. They provide though. Okay, search and select image. Okay, so based on this information, I was wondering if we can create an infographic. So this is the infographic. Infographic is just, a picture that summarize or a summary in the form of picture. Yeah. Okay, maybe sketch note. Okay. Okay, English. So you can choose the type of languages you want as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these are Mandarin, Korean, and Myanmar as well, and Indian, I guess. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Okay, so
Do
you
they
can
have like
choose
Malay
any
or
language.
Indonesian or something like
Malay,
that?
they
Oh,
should have it.
I noticed they have Indonesia. I don't know if they have Malay though.
It should be. Yeah. Melayu. Okay,
Oh
maybe
yeah,
we
they
can
do.
try
Okay, let's try
Melayu.
it. Yeah.
Melayu. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just disclaimer alert, like this will take quite a long time to generate.
Oh yeah. Especially that you have a lot of things generating at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, let me just refresh it just in case. Okay, now my audio overview is not working. So. Yeah, of course. Just because we have the notebook LM doesn't mean we, just rely heavily on it for information and all those stuff. Maybe just skim through what the original source or website says, just to verify. I mean, AI is not to the point that it is completely perfectly correct. It has some hallucinations as well. So yeah, just some precautions.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to put a parallel, I suppose it's like Wikipedia, right? I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys had Wikipedia back when you're still at school, but back when I was in high school, my lecturers tell me to not just, pull out information from Wikipedia. You should double check it with the sources at the bottom, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. Actually, we get scolded by so-called one of the teachers for using Wikipedia. Like she said, like it's not reliable and all those things. The teacher is actually a lawyer. That's why she's like, I think she knows her stuff, so she's like, this is not a good source and all those things.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my infographic is I mean faster than audio overview. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can download it.
Oh wow. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure about what it
I,
says because I'm not really proficient in Bahasa, so
I
yeah,
think it looks correct. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Okay, let me just save image and then maybe send it in the group.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, different. Okay, wait. How do I actually do that? Okay, Control J.
Well, I remember making a lot of these infographics for, high school, and they're just doing it so easily now.
Yeah, I mean in just a few minutes, 1-2 minutes. I mean it's incredible but scary at the same time. Okay, maybe I'll just open floor for like any requests on any topic we would like Notebook LM to do.
Zoe asked, what prompt do you use to make the infographic?
Oh, prompt?
Was there a prompt?
Actually, I don't use any prompt. So what I did was I just need to click on it, and then it will create me an infographic. But of course, if you wanna edit it, then you can. If you see over here, the pencil icon, you can just press on it and then just so-called modify it. You can choose the language, orientation. You want it to be landscape, as in the laptop screen orientation, what you see, and then portrait as in just like maybe just your normal phone, like phone screen, something like that.
Maybe she's
And you
talking
can
about that thing
choose.
at the bottom. Because I noticed earlier you pasted
Oh,
something in
this
here,
one.
right? Yeah.
Oh, this one what I did was a bit unnecessary, but it's just to confirm because here I have how to use deepfake, right? So it summarized the information for me. So this is just for the sake of keeping the information extra confident. So this is
Ah.
just another just security protection layer of mine that I always do when I do like infographic. Yeah.
I think Rose also asked if you don't pay for it, does it like deplete all of your credits after one or two tasks? Is there even credits in Notebook
Mm.
LM?
Yeah, there is supposed to be credit, but I'm on a pro version, so yeah, let
Oh,
me
okay.
just
Wow.
check
I didn't even notice that.
credits for notebook
MS
free
also asked,
plan.
yeah, but we'll cover that in a bit. Oh, 50 sources and 50 queries. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I believe this is the free version of it. So up to
But
okay,
50, yeah,
standard
50
generation
sources
of
is a
uploading.
lot of sources though.
Yeah, indeed. Eh. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have one more question, which is how can we use that Notebook LM to translate documents maybe into PowerPoint? Maybe if you want to like change the format from one format, like a text document, I guess, or a PDF to a PowerPoint. Are you able to do that?
Yeah. So if I get what you mean correctly, let me just say sorry. uh, okay, now I'm lost with where do I put my okay here.
Oh, there we go.
So doc, right? I don't really have any doc right now. Okay, maybe I copy this, go to my words.
Maybe you
Okay.
can upload like one of our lab guides or something like that.
I'm just using I mean new was it a laptop something like that, so it's not on my
Oh, okay,
on
okay.
this laptop right now. Yeah. Okay, maybe I can just try.
But I assume if you upload your whatever it is as a source and then you just click on the slide deck button on the right side, it's gonna generate you a PowerPoint presentation, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to be like, more specific on, like the docs that
Yeah,
putting in the actual docs file and then converting it to PowerPoint content just to, for clarification and everything. I mean, if
yeah,
that,
yeah.
I think that would make it at least a little bit easier. So let me just say AI transformation. Okay,
See
never
if
mind.
there's like a long document that it's able to work with. I think this is good. Yeah, we can try this.
Yeah, can try this. Okay. Okay, then let me just go here. Documents and okay, here we go. Okay, so what you have to do is you can just upload files here. Okay, this is way easier. I don't know why do I have to do that just now.
Yeah, drag and dropping sometimes doesn't really work. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can choose the doc over here, open it, and just wait for it to upload. So something about this as well is okay. Where did I put it? I mean, oh yeah. So if you wanna, okay, for example, you only wanna generate an information or infographic or slide deck or video overview from only, let's say, this document. So what you can do is you can just you see the text box, this tick button. You can just untick those two that you don't
Oh,
want, information from. Then you can just create slide deck, press on slide deck, and then what this will do is that it will create slide deck based on this source only. And as you can see, wait, okay, too much zoom in. So it said generating slide deck based on one source. Yeah,
I noticed when you're
yeah,
editing the
it's like
slide deck earlier, it lets you change between, I think, a presenter deck and like, I think there's another type. Ah,
presenter
yeah.
deck.
Yeah, and presenter slides. So I guess it
Oh,
gives you like
yeah,
talking notes, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So if you're looking at it using the presenter view, students don't need to do decks
Yeah.
anymore for presentation. Yeah, I spent so much
Okay.
time doing PowerPoints back in university.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so you can choose the length as well, short or choose the language, or you can describe what you specifically want it to focus on. Yeah. So slide deck will be a hard one, I believe.
Yeah, might take a bit of time. Yeah. Even those days, the
Yeah.
students already plagiarize. Yeah, today it's gonna be way more plagiarizing, and not only that, it's gonna be harder to detect it. Wow,
Okay. Let's see.
I like the graphics they came up for this infographic.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, it is only one slideshow. Yeah, one slideshow at a time.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Okay, can you make demo on infographic of evolution of AI? Okay. Okay, our audio overview and slide deck is not really coming in right now.
Usually, how long do you think it takes to generate like this audio in overview?
At most should be 10 minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think it's also my internet problem today that it
Yeah.
take extra long. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe even 10 minutes is the faster one because you're using Pro, right? I don't know if
Yeah.
it will make it any faster if you're using the Pro subscription.
Okay, let me check. Okay, Pro. Okay, Pro.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't say anything about the speed. Oh, actually, no,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything about the speed. So I guess it's same speed.
Yeah. Okay, up to 300 per notebook. Okay, where am I? Yeah, I think this is going to take forever, and um, I I'm not sure how to pass on the slide deck and everything.
It's fine. Maybe we can show the results in our next in our next session 2 weeks from now. But MS has
Yeah.
a follow-up on the PowerPoint. It says that are you able to
Okay.
generate, let's say, 10 slides from one document instead of all the info crammed into one slide? Well, we're not sure yet. I'm pretty sure when you're creating the PowerPoint, because the PowerPoint's not out yet, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it does generate multiple slides instead of just one slide, right? Because if you're just making one slide, what's the difference between that and an infographic, for example, right? So I'm pretty sure, based on my experience, that the slide that it generates is multiple slides. Yeah.
Yeah, or if you want, since you are talking about, about the info being crammed into one slide, then maybe since you said 10 slides, maybe maybe the document talk about 10 different things, so you can allocate um, one. Okay, maybe I just should just do it as a demo. For example, if your document has 10 points, then you can allocate 1 point to one slide, as in, okay, for this slide I would like to focus on music or this certain part of it. So you give a specific area that the document covered, and then you do the same for the rest of it. Maybe I'm not sure if this will work, but logically thinking about it, maybe it might.
Yeah, I remember, well, not from Notebook LM. I'm thinking from Microsoft 365 Copilot, right? Which is like the Copilot in all the Office tools. You're able to actually limit, how many slides you want to generate, for example, right? Because sometimes it gives you
Mm,
like 40 slides. I don't need 40 slides. So I have to
yeah,
specifically prompt it to, can you squeeze all of this information and categorize it into 10 slides, for example, right? So you're able to do that, yeah. Which I'm
yeah,
pretty sure Notebook LM you can do that too. Yeah.
yeah, indeed.
Okay, I think we have
Oh,
2 minutes left. Yeah. Oh, is
yeah,
it
two
us?
minutes. Yeah,
I think
two
we're
minutes and
supposed to
it's
see.
perfect.
Okay, we're supposed to pass something for Noel, but I think we might have to
Oh,
squeeze him in for
oh,
next session.
okay.
Uh,
So sorry, Noah. Yeah,
yeah,
uh,
generating this took longer than expected.
Good. Oh, good.
yeah,
But wow, yeah, it looks so good. It looks very
yeah.
professional.
So, just quick one. You can download this PowerPoint as in document or as PPT itself. Because last time previously they only allow PDF. Now they provide like the actual PowerPoint for yeah.
Will
So
say
okay,
that can
last
you yeah,
question.
can you get it to improve on the visual impact or design? I think you can put that as a prompting, right? Let's say you want the theme to be like yellow or you want to make it more
Yeah,
cartoony or something, right? Yeah, I
yeah,
think you are able to do that. Yeah.
yeah, indeed. Yeah, so I think this would set the end for our session. If you guys have any question, or Greg, if you wanna give some closing note or something like that.
Yeah, I guess I can close it off on the topic of slides. Yeah, thanks, Hao, for showing us all about Notebook LM, which is actually a free tool. You don't actually have to go pay for the pro version. And as she showed earlier, you can generate 50 queries a day with 50 sources per project, right? And just to add up on this thing that Rose mentioned, can you get it to improve on the visual impact or design? Earlier I was talking about the M365 Copilot, right? Which is the Copilot in Office tools. This one's a paid product though. You're actually able to upload something called a brand kit. So if your company has like a marketing team and they have like let's say a brand kit, which is a collection of fonts, collection of logos, collection of colors, you're able to upload that as part of your prompt, and it's able to use that as part of the design for your presentation, right? Yeah. But if your slides are done already, can you request to just add or improve the visuals, or have to prompt it from the beginning? Yeah, I'm not sure actually. But from my experience with Gemini, the Gemini technology, which I assume a Notebook LM uses Gemini because it's also Google, right? I think you should be able to do it like step by step. So even if you're already having a PowerPoint presentation generated, you might be able to change the design from that, but I don't know. We'll have to experiment with that maybe in one of our next sessions. But yeah, good question. Good question.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think we can close it off, huh? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we only know when the outcome when it's out. Yeah, it's gonna take another 10 minutes. But yeah, okay.
yeah,
We gotta close it off right here. Thanks everyone for coming. We do
yeah.
have this session.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah, every 2 weeks. If you are keen to join us, do join in using the same link. It is also at the same time. And our next session, I assume, will be on the 25th of March, right? Which is exactly 2 weeks from now. So, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks everyone for coming. We're gonna close
yep,
it off right here. Thank you,
yeah. Have
Sim.
a great day.
Thanks, MS. Hope it was useful. Thanks, Rose. Thanks for coming again. Thanks, Zoe. Nice to have you all the time. And thanks, Shan. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Guys, before I leave, as in us presenters, I noticed that the recording was not running. Didn't I click the recording button earlier?
What? Really?
Yeah, because now I'm looking to close the recording. I noticed it's not even recording in the first place. So I'm thinking, did it crash when I got booted out of the call earlier or something like that? I don't know if it saved the first
I
like five
think
minutes
that
or
would be
something.
problem.
Okay,
I
well,
think that will probably be the reason. Wait.
yeah,
Okay.
well, we'll just see it when we end the call and we see if it shows up or something. Okay, thanks everyone.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see everyone.